Hello, welcome students. And today I will teach you the chapter 2, Granny's Tree Climbing by Ruskin Bond. So get ready, and this is completely educational channel, and if you have not subscribed then please subscribe and like update. Let's start. Get ready for the chapter. Let's know about the poet. Ruskin Bond, the famous poet and the storyteller. He born in the year 1934 and he has written many books for children and some dealings with his own experience of his childhood age. Others dealing with the lives of contemporary children. And Bond spent his childhood at his grandparents' house in Dehradun, where he grew up in the company of a number of pets, and he developed a deep love for nature, and which is evident and in most of his books. And the poem Granny's Tree Climbing has been taken from An Island of Trees, and which is a collection of short stories and poems dealing exclusively with Bond's love for nature. He is a poet of nature, and some suggested reading. You must read that books, and these are An Island of Trees by Ruskin Bond, A Bond with the Mountains, and The India I Love. All these three books you must read. Okay, let's start the poem. My mother was a genius, and you would like to know why. Because she could climb trees, spreading her high, and she would be up their branches in a trice. So, the first line, it says that my was a genius. Why you will say that she is a genius? She was a genius. The genius means she is a great natural ability. The person having a great natural ability. So why she is taken or described as a genius? It means the answer is here, and you would like to know why. So why she was a genius? Because the answer is here. Because she could climb trees. She could climb trees. Oh my God! The grandmother at the age which she would be grandmother, but she could climb trees. And spreading or high, which type of trees she could climb? That is, it be a spreading with branches, or a high tree without any branch. She could climb it. All the any type of trees she could climb, and that is his genuineness. And she would be off their branches in a thrice. In a thrice, what is the meaning of in a thrice? In a thrice means very quickly. Also, very quickly she could climb or any type of tree. And then the next three lines, and mind you, I am going to remind you. And when last she climbed a tree, and she was 62, and ever since childhood she would had this gift, and for being happier in a tree than in a lift. So that that's also question number C. It's related to this line, and at who says or how old was she when she last climbed a tree? जब लास्ट टाइम वो एक ट्री पे चढ़े थे उनको कितना एज हो रहा था? सो दैट हियर इज द आंसर. यू हैव टू राइट इट इन ए वर्ड और फ्रेज दैट इज 62. And when last she climbed a tree? Last time when she climbed a tree, she was 62. At the age of 62, she last climbed a tree. That reflects genuineness of grandmother of the poet. And ever since childhood, starting from his childhood, ever since childhood, and she would had this gift. And where from, and which she got this gift of climbing the tree? That is a gift. The poet is described here as a gift. It is a gift. And as it is not possible for everyone to climb a tree, especially for it the ladies. And though as years went by, and she would be told that climbing trees should stop, and when one grew old, it's a natural thing that when someone grew old and she should or he or she should stop climbing trees at this. But what happened? And that growing old should be gone about gracefully. And what she said? Growing old should be gone about gracefully. Means in a elegant way it has gone. But she laughed and she laughed at, no, I'm not a old woman. And well, and I will grow old. True that I disgracefully I grow old, but I can do it better. I do it better means I can climb a tree better than before. And she was very confident at the time. And we had to agree. We had to agree means all the family members of the poet had to agree with. And for in all the garden there was not a tree she had not been of at one time or another. It means and she had climbed all the trees of the garden. There is not such a garden that she had not climbed a tree she had not been of. Means she had not been of means she would not have climbed that a tree of that garden. किसी ऐसे कोई भी गार्डन नहीं है जहाँ की जिस गार्डन का ट्री को ग्रैंड मदर चढ़े ना हो, क्लाइम ना किए. एंड एट वन टाइम और अनदर कभी ना कभी वो उस पेड़ पे भी चढ़े हैं. सो दैट and the next line, and having learned to climb from a loving brother. Here is the question, also question number B. And who taught her the art of climbing trees? कौन उनको ये ट्री क्लाइंबिंग ट्री आर्ट सिखाया था? So that the answer is it is a loving brother, from a loving brother. And she learned this art or the tree climbing, the art of tree climbing the tree from a loving brother. And at which age? When she was only 6 years old. When she was only 6 years old, as she learned this art of climbing a tree. So that is also next question. See, how old was she or at what age did Granny learn climbing tree? Question number A, at what age did Granny learn climbing tree? किस एज पे वो सीखे थे? So at the age of 6, she climbing trees. Then it was feared by all. But when she learned this art of climbing a tree, the age of 6, but it was feared by all. And that one day she would have a terrible fall. किसी ना किसी दिन वो गिर जाएंगे. यही डर था सबका, सब डर रहे थे. या इट वॉज फियर बाय ऑल, एवरी वन ऑफ हिज फैमिली मेंबर्स एट द टाइम. दे फियर दैट someday or one day she would have a terrible fall. Next, come to the next line. And this line, and what happened and what is the outcome was different. Why the poet Ruskin Bond here describe it, the outcome means result were different. Why the result were different and what is expected about Granny? That is terrible fall. एक दिन वो गिर जाएंगे पेड़ से. What different हुआ? क्या different था? While we were in town, इसके poets and the family members, his father, mother, all had gone into the town, and she climbed a tree, and there was no family members, no one at home, and she climbed a tree and could not come down. But result क्या हुआ? She did not fall down. But what happened? She could not come down. वो नीचे नहीं आ पाई उस दिन. यही था कि the outcome was different. वो गिरे नहीं, but the result जो था वो different था. वो उतर नहीं पाए. And after the rescue, उनको जब बचाया गया, the doctor took Granny's temperature. He checked. Doctor was called for, and she checked Granny's temperature and said, "I strongly recommend a quite week in bed." एक सप्ताह के उनको बेड रेस्ट के लिए उनको रेकमेंड किए. The doctor recommend him, advise him to take bed rest for 1 week. That is like in this period of quarantine and this corona time पे हम लोग जैसे क्वारंटाइन रख रहे हैं, ऐसे ग्रानी को भी बेड रेस्ट के लिए 1 week का बताया गया. And we saw with relief and talked her off well. We saw with relief, सबको शांति मिला क्योंकि ग्रानी 7 दिन के लिए कम से कम पेड़ पे और नहीं चढ़ेंगे. She would not climb a tree for 7 days. Poor Granny. For her, it was like a brief season in hell. It was not good for her health. So that she did not like to be inside a room or to sleep in a room or sleep on the bed. It was not his liking. But she always liked to be in a tree so that it was a confinement and confined to her bedroom. She was within the bedroom, while every breeze whisper of summer and dancing lips. Everywhere the breeze, cool breeze is coming to her room. It was a whisper of summer, and there is also here is this line related to it. This line, there is question number D. In which season did she get trapped in a tree? Granny जो trap हुई थी tree पे कौन सा season था? In which season it was? It was the summer season. Whisper of summer, and this line says that it was the summer season in which Granny was trapped in a tree and dancing leaves. So that in the breeze the leaves were dancing. Everything was visible from her room. But she held her pace till she felt stronger. Only 7 days के लिए से वो रूम पे रह पाए. After that, it was not possible for her to live within the room, confine herself within the room. So strong होने तक, तबीयत ठीक होने तक, when she felt and got well at the time, she kept herself within the room, and then set up. बोला है set up and said. क्या बोली grandmother? And I will lie here no longer. मैं यहाँ और नहीं रह सकता हूँ. And as she called for my father and told him undaunted. As she called, grandmother called the father of the poet's father, and told him and her son undauntedly. What is undaunted? Firmly and enthusiastically. That means sasikpur, boldly she said. She said, what she told? House in a treetop was what she now wanted. And what she now wanted, and what she now wanted, our grandmother wanted, that a treetop house. And my dad knew his duties, and he said, that's it. Yes, mother, I will build a house for you. And his father promised, and you will have what you want, dear mother, and I will start work tonight. And tonight, and we'll start making the treetop house for you, and will you have it, and you will have it within few days, and with my expert assistance, and he soon finished the chore. And what is chore here? The job of making the treetop house for a grandmother, that is for granny. And so with my expert, and what is the expert assistance here? The poet here, Ruskin Bond, when he was a child, and he described himself as a expert and making tree house. And then come to the next page. I made her a tree house with windows and door. So granny moved up, and now every day I climb to her room with glasses and a tray, and she sit there instead and drink sherry with me, upholding her right to reside in a tree. So what happened? At last a tree house was made for granny, and after that made her a tree windows and doors. That also in that house doors and windows are also available. And so granny moved up to the tree house, and now every day I climb with the poet Ruskin Bond, and he was a child, and he climbed to her room, means the treetop house with glasses, and see granny all the requirement, all the necessary daily requirement to granny, and with glasses and tray, and sit there instead means in a grand style. As she stayed there, as she was sitting there in a peaceful manner, she was very happy in that treetop house, and drinks sherry with me. Sherry is here kind of wine. So there is also a question related to this question: what things does the narrator carry to his granny's treetop house daily? और क्या ले जाते थे वो सब पे in a words you have to write with glasses, tray, and sherry. Glasses, tray, a tray, and sherry. These are the things that she carries to his granny's treetop house daily. Upholding her right to reside in a tree from her childhood. What is upholding her right? It means from her childhood, at the age of 6, she learned how to climb a tree. She could climb. It was the genuineness, as she was described as a genius. He was a genius. से इनका जो इंटरेस्ट था ट्री हाउस पे रहना, ट्री पे चढ़ना, मैक्सिमम टाइम वहाँ स्पेंड करना, ये उनका अब पूरा हो गया। दैट यही था कि उनका राइट टू रिसाइड इन ए ट्री। उनका जैसे एंड इट वाज सबमिट हाउस वाज आल्सो बिल्ट फॉर हर एंड सो हर विश नाउ एट इट्स became the tree top house became the house, real house for granny. So she was very happy now with that. And all that children and students, dear students, you know about granny and how a tea house was built for her. Thank you students for watching the video. Until now, if you have not subscribed the channel, please subscribe.